Recording was started. Now, let's go with. So the first thing what I got, right? Let me take a new file here.
Can you please say save file like day one class, day two class like that, so that we can refer in case.
So instead of that, it's better we can save based on the topic.
Oh,
And that's why I'm keeping. Anyhow, you have the recordings, right?
yeah.
With all the dates and all the stuff.
Yeah. These files also will help us, like quickly can go through.
Yeah. If I keep
But
day one, day
so,
two, it might be different.
so those videos can't be downloaded.
No, I can't.
Yeah,
You
Krishna.
can't download, you can't distribute.
No, not like that.
Hey,
No, is there
Krishna.
any expiry for that, like videos?
Yeah, that's for security reason. I just kept it in a what it is secure manner.
No, okay.
Krishna, like if you give access to download, it will distribute anything.
Yeah.
Okay, then now. So yesterday, I got a couple of questions with string. So we skip couple of couple of features which are already came up with string, because while we are going with more kind of functions, there the functions will occur and we are going to learn at a point. That's why I just skipped. And still we have some more things, such all, find all, right? Such kind of things are there. Those two are also available, but those two things came up with the with the concept called regular expression, right? So regular expression will give you a lot more confusion. That's why I just kept the regular expression for last class in core Python, right? So once we enter into there, we can definitely know. Of course, there might be two functions with regular expression, but regular expression is too much powerful with its nature of patterns, pattern detections. So that's why we have to be too much careful when we are writing the pattern. So if you want to learn the pattern right now, the pattern will confuse you remaining Python. That's why I just kept it aside. Okay. So once we are into that level, we'll definitely going to learn about regular expression. Once you aware of the regular expression, you can do anything in any of the program, because regular expression is a common and powerful mechanism in programming languages. That's one, right? So next thing is with slicing, string slice, right? Slicing is nothing but getting uh, some string, a range of string from the specific order, right? By start and end. This is a string. What I have, right? Now I'm going to take print message of. So when we are going with slicing, mean to say get some part of the string. What are the different things we are getting there? What are the different placeholders? Those are start and stop. Where to start, where to stop. Okay. So when we are going to say start and stop. So if I say 2, right? 2 is a index 2 is a starting point, and 5 is a endpoint. I mean to say I can take 6 also, because 5 is space there, right? I can take 7, so it will cover this one. See from here, let me take the pen tool so that you can easily understand. Let me take the red color. Just a second. I think so it is getting overlapped here. Right. Okay. We can see this. So when we are giving the numbers, whatever the string, it doesn't matter. So it starts from 0, h starts from 0, and the last index, whatever it is, this reference is nothing but n minus 1, right? This is what we have learned in earlier class, right? N minus 1. So what does it mean? N minus 1. N is nothing but length of the word, right? So how many are there? 5 plus 6, 11, and a space. Total 12, right? So n minus 1 in the sense 12 minus 1. The not symbol index is n minus 1. Mean to say 12 minus 1, it is 11. So that's how the last character found in the, last character addressed in the complete string, right? Now, what we can do here, let me remove this all. So let's go with, I'll tell you one more time how it will come once it printed, right? Now, Control S, when I'm going to run this file, see here it is main, it is already, I have already linked this main file with my, what it is, I can say my interpreter, right? So I'm going to change this. How to change? You can directly use this run Q&A. So that can shift to my file, current file, what I will need to execute. See here, it starts from L and it ends with W. But I have given 7 here. What is 7? So 7 is nothing but O. How? H is 0 and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So why it is not getting this 0? If I give 7 also, it is not getting this 0. Why? Because we are saying that to the function, stop before 7. When address hits, stop getting the string, right? Whatever in this range, 2 to 6, you can pick everything. When it hits 7, you can stop there. That is the meaning of stop. That is the meaning of outer boundary, right? That's why you are not able to get this W. Even though we are going to give in the negative values, I'm going to take the collision will start when we give -2, -7, right? Because -2 is lesser than -7 in terms of reverse order. How the reverse order will work? Reverse order, when you give the negative things, that will go in this order, right? So when it is going into the reverse order, what is the first item index? Mean to say not index, -1. Starts from -1. There is no 0 or there is no -0. There's no there is no such kind of scenario for -0, right? So 0 is not available. If you want to provide 0, or if you want to write for something which is really required with 0 at the time, you can go with what it is, nothing value. I mean to say, you can leave this any of the block wherever you want to keep the 0, you can leave that empty. I'll show you that scenario as well. So first we'll go with this, right? So to make it more positive, I'm going to take from here onwards -5, right? From here onwards, not is a -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. O is -5. Let's try, right? I'm going to take again -1. So it should stop with this not. Mean to say, not will never print with this one. It will stop printing with D, right? Let's see. Boom. It did the same, right? So -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. O is a -5, right? Starts from there. And it stops with -1 when stop index found. So that will never print the stop indexed item. So that's what while we are slicing. So there is a what it is common meaning in the world as well. I can say to stop somewhere. I can say you to stop somewhere. I can say you to stop in the second mile. Stop near to the second milestone. Stop after the second milestone, right? So these are the same meanings what we are going to give in the slices. So it is nothing but stop there, right? So the stop is nothing but stop there. When it reaches the boundary, it means it can say stop there. Yeah, Manohar, that's why I'm saying that that's what I'm saying here. So this 7 and -1, these are the outer boundaries. It is saying stop printing here. Whenever you are giving a stop index, right? So this is a start index and this is a stop index, right? So whenever stop index addressed, the stop index will never be printed here. If you want to print till there, you have to give one more thing. You have to follow this kind of syntax, right? This kind of syntax is nothing but if you want to print the complete string, you can leave it empty if that is going with, right? If I left it as empty, when I hit run, see now it is printing. So if we have one more one more kind of thing, what it is, just like hash, you can say. So when I run this, it can print the complete with hash. If you don't want to get it, you can give again. If you see here, RLD print, but O is not printed here because now the last number is changed. N-1 value is changed. That's why, right? So if you want to skip this, you can write in this manner. If you want to get anything, you can leave this. There is no such kind of thing, either 0 or -0, right? If you try to give these numbers as well, it will never print anything because program itself never understood what does it mean of -0. If you want to leave anything empty, you can go like this. If you give like this, it means the complete string, start to end. See, start to end. So whenever we are going to pass next colon -1, it means it can take that as a order parameter and then it can reverse the string, right? So the uh, the standard concept is, so you can start from the start line, but when it hits the end line, mean to say stop point, it will never pick that stop line onwards, not after the stop line. Stop line onwards, it will never pick. Am I clear? Yeah. I have seen your message. Thank you. Right. And another query. So there is a concept called count, right? Why I'm not giving count? Because we are going to play with count in further classes. Count is nothing but how many occurrences are there in the specific string. If you want to find how many occurrences are there in the specific string, we can use the count. Okay. Message dot count, right? So whenever you are going to give that match case, right? Whenever we are going to give the match case. So if I give L, it can run control S. It can run something like the iteration process on that, and it can find how many L's are there. It said 3. Yes, obviously 2 and one more L, 3, right? If I have the combination of L's, how can I found that? In the case of passing the same kind of pattern, you can see it can get the result, right? So this is how we can go with this. So count will come in the later points, because when we are going with the advanced or what I can say, the extended data types, mean to say, what are these? These are the extended data types, right? When we are going with this, we are going to know about these all kind of additional stuff, even though there are some more in the string. Those are special characters, special character recognitions, or passing the special characters, right? So those are nothing but additional things. So what are those additional things? So when we are going with print, not only print, when we are going with print or passing some string or something else. Okay, let me show you here before printing it. Come on. Mhm. Message to, I'm just taking it as a message to variable with a string called. If whenever I'm going with, so we all know that, right? What is a string? String is nothing but is a combination of different characters which is wrapped in between the quotations, whether it is a single quote or a double quote, doesn't matter, but it should be wrapped with a quotation. Okay, so when we are typing something here, mm, so yeah, whatever it is, doesn't matter. Let me give you whether it is meaningful word or not, right? So if I want to keep apostrophe s, right, it is a biggest problem here, because I'm using single quote, but even though I want to keep that single quote again, but it is not allowing me to keep. How do I keep that single quote? With a special character, nothing but escape character. We can say that is a escape character. This is nothing but the escape character. The backward slash is nothing but escape character. So now I can print the complete string with apostrophe s. Yeah, let it be. It doesn't. There is no meaningful sentence, but let it be. When I hit run, you can see I'm going to print it. But if I remove this escape character, there's no meaning. Even though when I'm using something else in the message, right? When I want to keep something like slash, if I want to print a slash in middle of the string, right? What will happen if I try to print it? It is printing, right? So some kind of scenarios, it will never print. See, it is printing both, but the meaning is different, right? I have given two slashes and it is going with one slash. That is nothing but escape character. So whatever the next character which is next to this backward slash, that should be treated as a character as part of the string. In that string, we have to add that. We are not supposed to take. So there is a better example. There might be a case slash n is nothing but new line. What will happen if I want to print this? Right. The slash is biggest case in addresses whenever we are going to play with the address kind of data. Right. When I hit run here, see, it's going into the two parts. There is one more thing, slash t is nothing but tab character. So you can see it's splitted into the next line, and before word there is a tab. I mean to say 4 or 5 uh, spaces is nothing but tab. That was happened here. So I want to avoid. So somehow this was there in my string. I want to avoid it. How to do? By passing this one more slash, right? I don't know. So as a data transformer, guys, I mean, as we are doing the data transformation, we are not supposed to go into the data, not supposed to write everything, right? So how do I do that? So dot replace. Whenever we are going to take the replace, you can go for the search and go for, I'm going to add this, go for the search, and I want to keep one more slash there, right? So what does it mean? I'm going to search for this one, and I'm going to place for one more thing, right? See, I'm searching for this. This is nothing but the character, what we said. See how much confused it is. So whenever we are going to pass two slashes, it means one slash. Whenever we are going to pass four slashes, that means two slashes, right? Let's run this. What will happen? See, what will happen? There's no change. Then how to replace such kind of things? We're going to pick the things here, slash n with empty. That's how we have to play with. All right. So these are the specific ways. These are the what it is, special characters and special things which we are going to play with. What it is, regular expression. That's why the pattern recognition came into the picture. So now we are going to update with one. Now, if you want to do such kind of things, if when we are when you are going to play with a big kind of message, mean to say 100 lines message or 1,000 lines note, whatnot. So at the time you may found too many things of slash and slash t's, right? So what you can do at the time, you have to play with regular expression. At the time, replace will not work because replace will do one place replacement, right? So if you want to do that, you have to go with regular expression. That is the most powerful thing. That's why these patterns will make you more confused. That's why I say we can take it in the last, right? So I just started, but I'm not taking it into the deep level. Right? I'm just still keeping it aside. All right. Hope you guys are clear about this.
Yeah, Harish, in string, I want to display every second item. So how can I?
Sorry.
In that string, I want to display every second item, second, fourth, and sixth.
Okay. So to do such kind of thing, we have a special operator, right? So that special operator, we can go with a iteration process. So right now we can do that, but when we are going into the additional data type, I mean, not with additional data types, when we are going with the what it is, series kind of operations, mean to say repeated operations. So at the time, I'll explain clear cut of the way how we can print it.
Okay.
Right? So of course we can do, but I can if I explain that right now, there's no what it is. There is no space and spice there in the next concept. That's why I just kept it on hold.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, as per our training process, what we are going to learn is first we have to learn about the variables and data types. Once we are ready with the variables and data types, then we are going to play with decision making. That is nothing but if, else if, nested ifs, right? Once we are done with that, then we are going to get the repeated tasks, get the knowledge on repeated tasks. That means loops, right? So when we are going into the loops, I'll explain you how to get it in a harder manner, in a lighter manner. Both I will explain you there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Right. Anything else?
Yeah, that's all from me.
Yeah, thank you. And the next one, we are going to play with int, right? String, we're done with string, and we are going to play with int kind of things. Int is nothing but a number kind of variable. So in the way of combination, we are going to take int, float, both are same. So we are going to take the Boolean in the next level, right? These are the number things. So I'm going to take next file, just leave it, leave this Q&A. I'm going to close this. I'm going to close this as well. Close this. So take a new Python file. Numbers. No need to go because it's already Py file. Okay, so now, so what is a what do you mean by the number? It's a numerical data, right? So when it comes to the int, is a nothing but integer. It's a full form of, int is nothing but a short name of integer. So when we are talking about integer, that is a number, specific number, right? So there are, when we are going to play with numerical data, there are a couple of things, right? So what are those? The data might be, right, where it is. Okay. Data might be in a standard way of numerical form, or harder way of, extended way of numerical point values, right? So when we are going with 2.5, it is nothing but float. When this tail is extended, mean to say the point value, when it is going to extend till 4 bytes of information, mean to say still 6 digits of tailing, we can say it is a float. If it exceeds the 6th digit, then we are going to say that as a double. Unfortunately, we don't have the double, what it is, double data type in Python. Float is only enough capable to handle the double value as well in Python, right? So we are going to play with these two now. Okay, then how to declare the integer variable? So we don't, in Python, we don't have any kind of static way, any kind of, any kind of what it is, keywords to declare the variable, right? Based on the value what you are going to assign to it, it will default, by default it can change its data type, right? So I'm going to take age equal to, going to take 30, 32, whatever or not, right? So when we are going to play with the height, 5.9, the value is vary, right? This is nothing but, oh, I'm sorry. This is nothing but the numerical data. How to play with this? So when we are going to print, right? So we have a combination, right? So we'll see. First, we can go with the integers and we can go with some kind of things. So AG, so it will print by default. It will print by default mechanism. Whatever the number is containing, it can print there. You can print this height as well, right? When I hit run, it will not work. So I have to be like this with, yeah. Now you can see the values are printing here. Okay. When we are playing with the numerical data, there are not much functions on this. Of course, there are something, but not much like string. Right? We have these all. So very first thing, right? I have a string variable. Right? This is my name. and I want to print the combination of these all. How to print? Right? So I want to print like this. Hello there. My name is something. I'm not going to print. So I'm just keeping some placeholder here, right? So this might be something. And so whatnot. Sorry, it's not W, right? Right. I want to print this kind of message. Does it be possible to me to play like this? There are different ways to format the strings, right? Format the strings with extended values. Right? So faster and higher, flexible, highly flexible thing is formatted string. You just keep F before quotation, before starting quotation. That is nothing but a formatted string that will treat this complete thing as a formatted string. Then how to replace this dynamically? There are harder ways as well. I'm not going to explain the harder ways right now. Play with this simple way. Then you can go with the harder way. Right? I'm going to pick the name to here, and I'm going to pick this is to here. Right? So when I run this, you can see it is completely reframed. Right? If I change this value, it automatically changes. When I run this, see, it's getting changed. It's a dynamic way how we are going to replace some part of the string, some part of the value inside a string or inside a series or a message, what it is, right? So we can go with this. So this is a one way to use a combination of things, right? So we all know that we can perform the arithmetic operators with the numbers, right? So before going into the arithmetic operators or anything, we have to know some kind of operations what we can do with these numbers, right? So these are the things we can generate based on the static values, what we can kept and what we can use. So these are the variables where we are keeping the standard values, and these are the places where we are reusing that standard values what we have stored by giving the inputs. But there are some things which sometimes you need to get dynamically. Sometimes you need to get in a range. Sometimes you need to round the value, right? So what will happen? Let's go with the first one as round, right? So if I have a value like this one, so I'm going to take n equal to uh, something like this. I have something here. I want you to, I don't, right? What do you have to do for this? So at the time you can use simply, this is not only enough to print. You can use this all anywhere. You can save the string into the variable as well. So here I haven't placed anything, but I can do here, right? So rounded n, rounded n equal to round. So see, whenever we are going to play with architectural things, whenever we are going to play with what it is, um, R&D kind of results. In those kind of scenarios, there might be a chance to generate big tailing numbers, mean to say double values, or we can say that is a square double. That means there is not a small thing. There might be 12 or 16. That 16 numbers of tail. There might be big chance to get such kind of things. At the time, we are not supposed to pick everything, but we are going to pick that with a limited tail, right? How to get that limited tail? So the round itself has a what it is. Round itself has a its own kind of thing. Its own kind of nature to take some inputs and provide that output. What are that natures? What are that inputs? You can see you can take the number and how many digits you want. You have to pass it here. See, so we can go directly with the number whatever we want to make it round and how many we want to get. I want to get 2. So what will happen if I want to make this round up with 2? It will print 3.14 definitely. In the same case, what will happen if I take this with 3? Even it will print 141. But when I take 4, the value will change because it is 6 here, right? There is a small concept in mathematics, right? So how to round. If the value less than 5, we are going to round up with before value. If the value 5 or above, we are going to round up with next value. Let's see whether it is performing in the same way or not. So I'm going to take this N2. Okay, I'm going to take this and print here. The same, I'm going to place N2. Let's see whether it is doing same or not. See, did the same, right? So these kind of adjustments we can do here with round, right? So if we have a number is nothing but a positive thing, right? There might be negative numbers also. So when we are going to get absolute value with negative, so negative n is nothing but minus 10, right? So it will accept because number is nothing but plus or minus. Starts from 0, either the lesser value, either the higher value. Higher values always goes with plus, and lesser values always goes with minus, right? So it should be in the capacity to accept either value, either plus value, I mean to say positive value or a negative value. So if we print this, it can definitely print the negative value as it is, right? Negative n. When I run this, you can see minus 10 is here. So if I want to print the absolute value, I don't want this whatever the thing it is. After the calculation, whatever the thing it is, either a negative value or a positive value, I don't bother about it, but I want the absolute value. So sorry, ABS, absolute. So absolute is a mathematical function which can return the absolute value of this, right? What will happen if I give negative value? What will happen if I give positive value, right? Where it is, n is a positive value and negative n is a negative value. What will happen? Let's see. When I hit run button, see, actually this negative n is minus 10, but it printed as 10, and positive value as it is because it is already positive, right? That's how the adjustment will happen with absolute. Right? There are some kind of mathematical functions as well. So those will be more useful when we are into the series of numbers. So series of numbers is nothing but extended data type, right? Just like a list, right?
That
So
round will be used for the negative also, right? For
yeah,
negative, is it going to change?
no, round will be used the same.
Okay.
Let's see if I change this into the minus, you can see that the same thing, right? When you are going to use absolute, see here in the last two statements, I just did with absolute. So here it converted into the absolute value, I mean to say positive value. All right.
If we give without decimals, it's going to round out the normal ones also, or just the decimals afterwards only it's going to round off?
It will place the decimals if not, if there is no decimals. Let's see, here we have 10, right? Negative 10, let's go with, or I have the A's also, I can do with that, right? Let me print one more thing for you. So round. So age, I will take this age with 2 digits. Let's see what will happen here. It has printed, right? But it haven't added anything because it is already what it is, already gone with the non-zeros. I mean non-tailings. If you want to place positions, then you have to go with a positional parameter. That's a different case, right? So that will help while we are into the extended data types.
Okay.
Right? That will come up with pattern data types. I mean, pattern fillings. Sorry, not data type. It's a pattern filling. Right? Those are the advanced concepts actually. Next. That's where we are going to actually use Numpy, because numbers are not enough to, I mean, whatever the existed functions for numbers are not enough for number transformations, playing with the numerical data. That's where Numpy will came up into the picture to play with. Numpy will provide you numerous kind of functions, kind of operations to you to play. So while we are into the advanced level, we are going to get all these kind of things, how to play with the numerical data, how to change its nature, how to change with its native expression, how to change with the native projection. Everything we are going to change, right? The next one. So there is then there are two more things what we are going to place with the standard functions. Those are random generator and what it is, range generator. So what does it mean? What is a random generator and what is a range generator? So whenever I'm going to take uh, random, right? So the random has its own kind of thing. So we have to give some boundary to pick the random value in middle. So I'm going to give the start boundary as 1 and end boundary is 10. So now it is going to give the random value for me. Why the random is going to say here? Okay, I had to import the random method here. So that's what it is saying with my. So whenever you are trying to import something, so it's better to go with this one. So import, right? You have to use this import and random, right? I'm going to use this random. So if it is having any sub levels, you can go with it's a sub level mechanism as well. So as of now, we are going to get this random. So random library I'm going to use here. I thought to say it in the next level, but I'm going to say it here, right?
So is
Random
it
dot random.
uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like you're importing the random function from the library into
It-
here?
yeah, it's a complete library, random library. I'm just importing into the
Okay,
script. Okay, random
okay,
library we are importing. So if you see here, we are using random function which is inside the random library.
okay.
All right. So when we are going to give this, so as it is, it required some parameters, right? So so it is going to get, so when we are using random simply, let's see what it will print, and random range is there, what it will print. We are also going to see, right? This random library has a capability to print some random value in between 0 to 1. That's it. There is nothing much. So if you want to get it into the proper way, you have to use into 10. Why it is not? Now you can see that, right? So to get a random range, you want to print something from the range. So I'm going to get the random range. No need to keep this now because we are going to provide the range here 1 to 10, right? When we are going to pick this, just it printed 4. If I did the same again, the value is 3. If I did the same again, 1. If I did the same again, 8. So there is no consistency. It can pick any dynamic value every time. So that's how somehow when they are going with the security manner, that's how they are keeping the floating, what it is, floating keys, floating session numbers to prevent the data loss or unwanted accesses, right? So this is how they can generate a random number from a series. Okay, so here we can see range, right? What does it mean, the range? What it will do? There is a function of range. That is what the random library itself is using inside this rand range, right? When we are going with print uh, range of, so the start thing and end thing. So where to start and when to start. If I'm not going to give any start point, if I want to print this, uh, generate the range of 10, it will generate all 10, range of 0 to 10, right? If I want to generate some specific range, so 5 to 10 only I want to generate, so it can generate it the same 5 to 10. The difference is if you are not going to pass any uh, start index, anything, if you only pass one parameter into this range operator, I mean range function, what it will do, it will convert, it will take that single parameter into the endpoint and it will start from 0. If you given two things, that will take that first parameter as a start boundary and what it is, second parameter as a last boundary. So if you want to generate in series, so I want to generate the series with two exceptions, two kind of what it is, with a, what we can say, skipping points. So if it generates 0, it should skip the 1 and it should go with second, right? So these kind of generations are there. You can skip that then levels. You can go with the next picking. So how to pick the value from this, right? This is a different thing. So when we are going into the extended data types, I can tell you extended data types with what it is, extended data types with loops, because this will highly useful in loop, right? So I can tell you a similar manner, but it will definitely confuse you. So series equal to, of course you can use it, but I'm just giving the way how we are going to generate and play with. And for n in the same, I'm going to take. Going to print the series. See, you are here. Of course, there is a simple transformation, but the data type got changed. If you want to check what type of data it is, print type of, let's take this and do the same thing for this as well, for sir as well. Mean to say the series. What are these two? What type of data types these two variables are containing? Let's see here, right? One is going to say that is a range. One is going to say that is a list, because the data type of range is nothing but it's a special data type which provided the additional what it is, additional mechanism, additional functionality to generate a number of series of numbers, to generate a series of numbers into a variable or into a placeholder, whatever it is. It doesn't mean whether it is a variable or it is a enumerator or it is a generator or it is a uh, what we can say, the iterator for loops or whatnot. The placeholder is anything. It can be provide that the series into the placeholder, right? So here, what it is happening, we are converting that complete range of values into the list, which is more useful to us to convert. So it might be a bit confusing. That's why I'm not going to tell these kind of advanced concepts. That's why I just skip some kind of concepts in string as well. So we'll come to get clarity in deep level when we are into the advanced concepts of this data types, right? So you guys have any doubt till here?
No.
Great. So there is one more data type, that is Boolean. So I'm going to explain the same thing here. So Boolean is nothing but a simple data type. It doesn't have any such kind of things. Either it can have true or false value. Okay, it's a byte value, right? Either 0 or 1 in the byte level, right? So it means either it is a true or false. I'm sorry, 0 is nothing but false. 1 is nothing but true. That's how it can treat, right? So we are going to take it. Just take is, I'm going to create a variable is positive. Sorry, it's true. T should be capital, right? So this is a Boolean. So can enter. So it's nothing but uh, you can take any decision based on this. You can take any decision, or you can get to know whether it is open or closed. Can enter, false. You cannot. Is open, Such kind of things. I'm just keeping the scenarios here. Is open? Yes. Mean to say true. Right? If you print these all, it can give the same thing here. So Boolean is a very small concept. That's why I'm taking very less time to print this. Right? So I'm going to check the data type as well. Type of this thing, right? See, it is saying true. It is a simple data type. Of course, there are castings. It is nothing but typecastings. Mean to say, one form of data will be transferred into another form. How does it be possible? There is a chance, right? So I have something like something. I have age there, right? So if I want to get age as string, how can I do that? Str of age is a number. I know that. Right? Age is a number. So if you hold your cursor on that variable, you can come to know what it is and what kind of value it contains. Right? But I'm going to convert this into my data type, and I'm going to create one more data type. Sometimes we might get the data just like what it is. New number is just 25, just like in a string format. So we know that any kind of value which is wrapped in the quotation that treated as a string, right? If I want to convert this, right? Print Control C int of the casting is the conversion type is nothing but the casting. I'm going to print that previous thing as well here. So it is a string, right? I'm just going to print this. I'm not going to convert anything because it is already casted here, right? So when I hit run, you can see 33 and 25 printed properly. But when I am going to print this type, the thing was changed, that the data type was changed. Right? So if I run this, see, 33 is nothing but a number and new number is nothing but a string. Right? I'm going to print this. Oh, sorry. Going to print this as well. Right? It is a string and the 25 is int. So that's where we are going to confuse when we are going to play with the data in a real time. So somehow it can appear as a integer, but actually the data type is string. When the data type is string, when you are going to perform the arithmetic operators on the string, there might be an error or a different kind of functionality, right? So we can see what are the different kind of functionality with different kind of data types when we are into the arithmetical operators, right? So this might change the mechanism, right? So we have to be aware when we are going to play with what type of data it is. Then only we can perform the right kind of operations there. That's it for today. If you guys have any doubts, just let me know. From tomorrow onwards, we are going to play with the extended data types, right? List, tuple, sets, and dictionaries. Okay, no doubts.
Harish, so just one suggestion. If you have a study material on basic data type and the functions, right?
Mm,
Say on integers, round, Absolutely. So just like that, we might have many functions on string,
Yes.
integers and date. Right?
Yes.
Can you give us study material so that we can practice?
That's literally too much big concept when we are going with the study material or something else. So the better way of getting it into the real manner, you can go into the python.org. There you can get the documentation. So any of the language, even though the users or the builders or don't know what are the real concepts inside it, right? But the study material, I mean to say, the documentation itself can hold n level of concepts, whatever it is there,
Okay.
right? So you can get it from here, just like let me take one more thing. So just go into python.org, right? You can go with the documentation, right? You can go any kind of documentation here, so that that can be give more deep level what it is understandings, right? So for beginners, for mediators, for advanced, right? For general purpose uses of the Python, everything it will give. And the version wise documentation is also available. Right now we are using 3x. So you can go with 3x and you can get all the things here, right? So yeah, you can get the complete knowledge from this documentation. Right, while you are going with this, if you have any doubt, just let me know. I can clear in that point.
Yeah, sure. We'll come up with
Yeah.
if you have.
Anything else? Can I take it as no? Okay, guys, I can take it as no, and we'll wrap this class. Right. Good luck.
Thank you.
Just let me know while you are practicing if you have any doubts.
Sure.
Okay, guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Nice.